You've been carrying more than anyone realizes. Not just tasks and deadlines, but a quiet weight in your chest that shows up as restlessness, second-guessing, and that sense that you have to stay on alert even when nothing is wrong. If you've felt that lately, there's a reason this message found you now. Your foundation is asking for attention. Your inner base is calling you back. Muladhara, the root chakra, holds the hidden power of stability, safety, and grounded strength. It's not about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming unshakable. The root is where your nervous system learns, I am safe to be here. And when that belief is steady, your choices get clearer, your boundaries get stronger, your energy stops leaking into fear, comparison, and panic planning. But here's something you may not have noticed. When your root is depleted, you can confuse movement with progress. You stay busy, but feel insecure. You keep trying, but can't fully relax. You crave certainty, yet nothing feels solid enough. And the strangest part? Even when good things happen, you're bracing for the drop. If that sounds familiar, there's something very important you need to know. The answer isn't more control. The answer is deeper grounding. The angels are close as you read this, and they're not here to judge your anxiety or rush your healing. They're here to help you build the kind of inner security that doesn't depend on other people's moods, today's numbers, or tomorrow's outcomes. They want you to understand that safety is not a luxury, it's a spiritual skill, and you can train it. Start here. Notice how you relate to your body. The root chakra speaks through the body first, through tension in your hips, stiffness in your jaw, shallow breathing, tight shoulders, cold feet, or a stomach that never fully settles. Your body has been trying to communicate in the only language it knows, so don't fight it. Listen, ask yourself, gently and honestly, where do I feel unsafe? And what do I keep doing to avoid feeling it? That question alone can open a door. Because insecurity isn't always loud. Sometimes it disguises itself as perfectionism. Sometimes it looks like overworking. Sometimes it appears as people-pleasing, staying in situations too long, or spending money to soothe a feeling you can't name. The angels are highlighting one pattern in particular. The places where you've been building a life that looks stable from the outside, but feels unstable on the inside. They're not calling you out. They're calling you back, to the part of you that deserves to feel supported. And now let me reveal something that can change everything. Your root chakra strengthens not only through meditation, but through consistent proof. Proof that you show yourself. Proof that you keep promises to your own well-being. Proof that your life has structure, not just pressure. The root loves repetition, rhythm, and reliability. When you create those, your mind stops scanning for danger. Your heart stops negotiating with fear. Your spirit can finally breathe. Try this in the next 24 hours. Do one small thing that tells your nervous system, I am safe with me. It could be as simple as drinking water before coffee, eating a real meal without multitasking, cleaning a single corner of your space, paying one bill you've been avoiding, taking a slow walk and feeling your feet meet the ground. You might think it's too small to matter, but this is how roots grow, quietly, steadily, beneath the surface. Now pay attention to the word beneath. Muladhara is the unseen support. You don't congratulate your foundation when the house looks good, but without it, nothing holds. The same is true for you. The angels are asking you to stop measuring your worth by how high you can climb, and start honoring how well you can stand. There's a deeper layer though, and this is where the hidden power lives. The root chakra isn't only about survival, it's about belonging. About feeling that you have a rightful place in this world. Many people struggle here because of old experiences. Instability in childhood, constant criticism, sudden loss, betrayal, financial stress, or environments where you had to grow up too fast. If any of that is part of your story, your nervous system may have learned to treat calm like a trap. You relax and something goes wrong, so you stay vigilant, you stay ready, you stay tense. But you are not meant to live in constant readiness. The angels want you to hear this clearly. You are allowed to feel safe without earning it through exhaustion. You are allowed to slow down without punishment. You are allowed to build a life that supports you, not one you constantly have to outrun. Before the next part, take a breath and place your awareness at the base of your spine. You don't need to force anything, just notice. Imagine warmth there, not fantasy, but a simple sense of presence. like a steady ember. With every inhale, you gather your energy back from worry. With every exhale, you release the need to predict every outcome. If your mind drifts, that's okay. Return. The root becomes strong through returning. Before continuing the message, write in the comments this mantra: I am safe, supported, and steady. If this resonates, subscribe to the channel and share what you're experiencing. Your story may be exactly what someone else needs to feel less alone. Now, continuing the message, here is what the angels are emphasizing. Your strength is not the version of you that never falls apart. Your strength is the version of you that knows how to come back to center, again and again. Strength is the ability to stay connected to your values when fear tries to drag you into urgency. It's the ability to choose what is real over what is imagined. It's the ability to tell your body, we are here, we are breathing, we are okay. And yes, practical life matters here too. The root chakra is deeply linked to money, home, routine, and basic needs. If you've been struggling financially or feeling unsettled in your living situation, the angels are not ignoring that. They're inviting you to build stability piece by piece, not through shame, but through strategy and self-respect. One powerful root practice is to simplify. When your root is weak, everything feels like an emergency. But when your root strengthens, you start to see what actually deserves your energy. Choose one area to stabilize first. Your sleep schedule, your budget, your pantry, your calendar. Your boundaries with one draining person. One step, one decision, one commitment. Then repeat it until it becomes your new normal. And here's another truth that might sting, but it will set you free. Sometimes you feel unsafe because you keep abandoning yourself. You say yes when you mean no. You stay quiet when you need to speak. You tolerate what drains you, and then you wonder why your body feels tense. The angels are asking you to stop betraying your own signals. Your body is not the enemy. Your body is the messenger. So tonight, or whenever you can, ask yourself this question with honesty. What would I do differently if I truly believed I was supported? Don't answer from fantasy. Answer from reality. Maybe you'd stop chasing someone's approval. Maybe you'd apply for the job. Maybe you'd end the situation that keeps you small. Maybe you'd take your health seriously. Maybe you'd allow yourself to receive help. The answer will be simple, and it will be brave. There is something else happening beneath the surface. A shift you can't fully explain. You may have noticed strange timing, repeated signs, sudden realizations, or a growing discomfort with things you used to tolerate. That discomfort is not a problem. It's a signal that your foundation is being rebuilt. The angels are not tearing you down. They're strengthening what was always meant to hold you. And as your root strengthens, you'll notice changes. You'll stop reacting to everything. You'll sleep deeper. You'll feel less pulled by chaos. You'll choose steadiness over drama. You'll feel more present in your own life. People may even call you calm without realizing the work you've been doing inside. But you will know, because the hidden power of Muladhara is this. When you feel safe within yourself, you stop living like you're running out of time. You start living like you belong here. Before we go deeper, tell me where you're watching from. What city are you in right now? Type your city in the comments so we can ground this space together. Right here, right now. The angels are bringing your attention to something practical and powerful. Stability isn't a mood, it's a system. And if your life has felt like it's held together by willpower, caffeine, and sheer determination, that's not because you're weak. It's because you've been trying to build a foundation with tools that were never meant to carry that kind of weight. What I'm about to share can change the way you approach security from this moment on. Muladhara strengthens when your body receives consistent signals of safety. Not once. Not only when you have time. Not only when everything is calm. Consistency is the language your nervous system believes. So the angels are asking you to create micro-certainties, small, repeatable actions that prove to your inner world that life is steady enough to relax into. Here's the first micro-certainty. Choose one daily anchor. 1. A root ritual that happens no matter what. It can be 3 minutes of quiet breathing before you check your phone. It can be stepping outside and feeling the air on your skin. It can be a glass of water, a simple stretch, or making your bed like you're telling your mind, we begin with order. The content doesn't matter as much as the message, I show up for me. And if you're thinking, I've tried routines, I can't stick to them. Listen closely. The root doesn't grow through intensity. It grows through what's realistic. Your anchor should be so doable that your nervous system doesn't panic when you commit to it. The angels are not asking you for perfection. They're asking you for proof. Now, there's another layer to Muladhara that people miss. The root chakra is also about trust, especially trust in timing. When the root is shaky, you rush, you push, you over-explain, you cling, you keep refreshing the page, checking the messages, looking for signs that you're safe. The angels are saying, you don't need more signs. You need more steadiness. So let's talk about the fear that hides underneath. Not the obvious fear. The quiet one. The fear that if you stop hustling, everything will fall apart. The fear that if you rest, you'll lose your edge. The fear that if you relax, life will surprise you in the worst way. That fear is often old. It's often inherited. It's often learned. And it's not your fault that it's there, but it is your responsibility to care for it now. The angels are encouraging you to start practicing safe pauses. A safe pause is when you stop, even for 30 seconds, and you don't fill the silence with scrolling, planning, or worrying. You let your body realize, nothing attacked me when I paused. The world didn't collapse. I'm still here. I'm still okay. That's how you train safety. That's how you teach your system that calm is allowed. And then, this is important, Muladhara also strengthens through boundaries. You can't feel safe in a life where your energy is constantly being taken. If you're around people who guilt you, pressure you, mock your growth, or keep you in a loop of chaos, your root will always feel like it's on unstable ground. The angels are asking you to get honest. Where are you tolerating instability because it feels familiar? You might notice this pattern. You call it loyalty, but it's actually fear of being alone. You call it being nice, but it's actually avoidance of conflict. You call it staying humble, but it's actually shrinking so you don't get criticized. The angels are not asking you to become harsh. They're asking you to become clear. Clear is safe. Clear is kind. Clear is rooted. Now, I need you to stay with me because this next part matters. Your root chakra is tied to your relationship with resources, money, time, energy, and space. And if you've been feeling anxious about money, that anxiety might be pointing to something you can strengthen with care, not through panic, through structure. One of the simplest root upgrades is a money grounding check. No shame, no spiraling, just clarity. Once a week, choose a day and time, 10 minutes. Look at what came in, what went out, what's due. That's it. You're not trying to fix your entire life in one sitting. You're just telling your system, we face reality together. That alone reduces fear. Fear grows in the dark. The root grows in the light. And if you've been avoiding this because it triggers you, the angels want you to know. Avoidance feels protective, but it keeps the root weak. When you gently face what's real, you become stronger. Not overnight, but in a way that lasts. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments 4444 to call in stability and protection. If this message is helping you, and you feel it landing in your life in a real way, a small and loving request, consider supporting the channel through the Valeu de Mai button. Your support helps keep these messages of light reaching the people who need them right on time, and it truly means more than you know. Back to what's happening for you. The angels are also pointing to your environment. Your home holds energy. Even if you live in one room, your space sends signals to your body. Clutter can feel like unfinished business. Noise can feel like danger. Dim lighting can feel like heaviness. The root relaxes when your space communicates protection. You don't need a perfect home to feel safe. You need one corner that feels like a sanctuary. Choose one small area, your nightstand, your desk, a spot on the floor. Clear it, wipe it down. Put something simple there that reminds you of steadiness. A candle, a plant, a stone, a photo, a note. With one sentence you need to hear. Every time you see it, your system gets the message, I am held. Here's a question the angels keep repeating. What does safety look like in your daily life? Not in theory, not in some future version of you. Today. Does it look like saying no without apologizing too much? Does it look like leaving earlier so you're not rushed? Does it look like eating before you get shaky? Does it look like turning your phone off for 1 hour? Does it look like asking for help? You might be surprised by what comes up, and that's the point. Your root chakra isn't asking you to become someone else. It's asking you to stop abandoning the basic needs that keep you stable. And now, I want to share a quiet truth the angels want you to hear. You are not behind. You are rebuilding the part of you that makes everything else possible. Some people are moving fast, but they're moving on shaky ground. You are building something steady, and that is why your progress might feel slower, but it will be stronger. There is also a protective energy around you right now. You may have felt more sensitive lately, more aware of people's intentions, more tired after certain conversations, more unwilling to tolerate what you once excused. That sensitivity is not weakness. It's your root learning discernment. Your spirit is choosing stability over familiarity. So the next time fear rises, try this. Place both feet on the ground. Press your toes down. Feel your weight. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. This is not just a technique, it's a signal to your body. We are here. We are safe now. Your root hears that, and as your root stabilizes, something incredible begins to happen. You start attracting experiences that match your steadiness, people who respect your time, opportunities that don't require you to betray yourself, relationships that feel consistent, work that pays you fairly, not because you begged the universe, but because you stopped making a home in instability. Hold on to this, because what I'm about to reveal next goes even deeper. There is a specific reason your root has been tested, and it connects to the kind of strength you're about to step into. The angels want you to understand why your root has been tested so intensely. You're being trained for a level of steadiness that not everyone can carry. That doesn't mean your pain was meant to happen in a careless way. It means your spirit can turn what happened into strength that holds. And that kind of strength becomes a shelter, not only for you, but for the people who will feel safe simply being near you. Here's what I'm going to say plainly. Some of your instability didn't come from your circumstances. It came from living around unstable energy, people who were unpredictable, environments that shifted without warning, love that felt conditional, or systems that rewarded you only when you performed. When you live like that for long enough, your body stops expecting support. It expects impact. And even when life calms down, your system keeps bracing. That's the root chakra running on old programming. But the angels are saying, the programming can be changed, not through force, through repeated experiences of safety that you create on purpose. That's why they keep guiding you back to the basics. Sleep, nourishment, movement, finances, home, routine, boundaries. Not because they're small, because they're sacred in the most practical way. When the basics are steady, your mind stops spiraling and your heart can open without fear. Now there's a secret the root chakra holds, and most people don't notice it until their life pushes them to the edge. Muladhara is where your power becomes real. Not imagined, not promised, real. This is the part of you that decides, I will survive, and then upgrades into, I will build. Surviving makes you resilient. Building makes you free. And freedom begins when you stop negotiating with what harms you. The angels are asking you to name 1 thing you've been tolerating that keeps your system in danger mode. 1 relationship that drains you, 1 habit that destabilizes you, 1 environment that keeps you on edge, 1 belief that tells you you're not supported. Don't list 10, choose 1. Because if you try to fix everything, you'll feel overwhelmed, and overwhelm is the enemy of the root. Choose 1 and make 1 rooted decision. A rooted decision is not emotional. It's clear. It sounds like, I don't do that anymore. I won't answer messages after a certain hour. I will stop spending to numb out. I will stop going back to the same conversation with the same person. I will stop abandoning my body. Your root chakra loves decisions that reduce chaos. And yes, fear will show up when you decide. Fear always shows up when you change a pattern. But the angels want you to remember, fear is not a sign you're wrong. Fear is often a sign you're stepping out of what's familiar. Now I want to speak to the part of you that feels tired of being strong, the part that wonders why stability seems easier for other people. The angels are close to your heart right now, and they're offering a different perspective. You have been strong in ways that were never supposed to be required of you. You adapted, you carried, you endured, and you did it quietly. But there's something you need to hear, and it may be the most healing sentence in this entire message. You don't have to earn rest by collapsing. You are allowed to choose steadiness before you break. So let's build steadiness with a method the angels keep showing. 2 steps forward, 1 step deeper. 2 steps forward means practical action, something you can do in the physical world. 1 step deeper means emotional honesty, something you acknowledge without running from it. This keeps you grounded. It keeps you real. 2 steps forward might be, set an alarm to go to bed at the same time 3 nights in a row. Cook 1 meal. Move your body for 10 minutes. Clean your car. Send the email. Pay the bill. Make the appointment. 1 step deeper might be, admit that you're scared to succeed because success could make you more visible. Admit that you don't trust people to stay. Admit that you've been trying to control everything because uncertainty feels unsafe. When you do both, action and honesty, your root starts stabilizing fast. Now let's talk about the way your root interacts with your voice. When Muladhara is weak, you hesitate. You apologize too much. You soften what you mean until no one can hear you. You tell yourself you're being peaceful, but deep down you feel unseen. The angels are saying, your peace does not require your silence. Your stability does not require your shrinking. So practice saying 1 sentence this week without over-explaining. 1 sentence, something like, that doesn't work for me. I need time to think. I'm not available. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm choosing something different. Your body will react. Your heart might race. That's okay. That's your root learning that you can be safe and firm at the same time. And here is something else that can shift everything. Your root chakra responds to the earth. If you've been indoors constantly on screens in artificial light, your system may be craving something simple and ancient. Real ground, real air, real stillness. Step outside, feel the temperature. Notice the sky. If you can, put your feet on grass or soil for a few minutes. Not as a trend, as a reset. Your body knows what to do when it remembers the earth. The angels are also bringing up ancestry and inherited patterns. Sometimes the root is heavy because you're carrying fears that didn't start with you. Scarcity, displacement, survival anxiety, worry about what if. You may have grown up hearing stress in the way people talked about money, safety, work, or the future. If so, the angels are inviting you to speak a new message into your life. That story ends with me. Not aggressively, gently, repeatedly. This is how cycles change, and now listen carefully, because what I'm about to reveal is the turning point. The root chakra becomes powerful when you choose to belong to yourself. When you stop waiting for permission to take up space. When you stop asking unstable people to treat you steadily. When you stop sacrificing your needs to keep someone else comfortable. Belonging to yourself means you become your own home. That doesn't mean you won't have hard days. It means hard days won't erase you. It means stress won't convince you to abandon your values. It means uncertainty won't make you desperate. You'll feel the fear and still choose what's steady. The angels are showing that you're close, closer than you think, to a shift that looks ordinary on the outside but feels like freedom on the inside. A calmer morning, a steadier bank account, a home that feels peaceful, a relationship that feels consistent, a mind that stops running worst-case scenarios. It begins with the root, and the root begins with one grounded choice made again tomorrow. There's a moment that comes when your life starts changing, and it doesn't announce itself with fireworks. It shows up as a quieter mind, a steadier breath, a new unwillingness to panic, and you might not even notice it at first until one day you realize you didn't spiral the way you used to. The angels are pointing to that moment for you. It's closer than you think. The root chakra grows when you stop treating your fear like a boss and start treating it like a signal. Fear isn't always telling you, stop. Sometimes it's telling you, slow down. Sometimes it's saying, this matters to you. Sometimes it's revealing a place where you need support, not punishment. If you've been harsh with yourself for feeling anxious, the angels are asking you to change your approach. Compassion is not softness. Compassion is stabilization. Here's a grounded truth. Your body is your first home. If your first home feels tense, everything else feels uncertain. That's why the angels keep guiding you into the body, not as a concept, but as a practice. Try this. When you feel unsettled, don't ask, "What's wrong with me?" Ask, "What do I need right now to feel supported?" That question shifts you from judgment to care. And care is what builds a foundation. Now let's talk about the kind of strength Muladhara offers, the kind you can actually use in real life. Root strength doesn't look like constant confidence. It looks like reliability. It looks like following through on what you said you'd do. It looks like having a plan and also having peace. It looks like not needing to prove yourself to unstable people. It looks like being able to hear criticism without collapsing, because you know who you are. The angels are asking you to focus on one word this week. Steady. Not fast, not perfect, steady. Steady is one healthy choice repeated, one boundary held, one honest conversation, one bill paid, one walk taken, one glass of water, one early bedtime, one no that protects your energy. That's how the root becomes strong, through ordinary decisions that build extraordinary trust inside you. And there's something important you need to recognize. Your root chakra also holds your right to receive. When the root is weak, receiving can feel unsafe. Compliments feel suspicious. Help feels like debt. Love feels like a trap. Money feels like it disappears as soon as it arrives. If you relate to that, the angels are saying, receiving is a skill you can practice. You were not born unable to receive. You were trained to brace. So start small. Let someone hold the door and say thank you without rushing. Accept a compliment without denying it. Let someone help you without explaining why you shouldn't need it. Allow yourself to rest without proving you deserve it. These are not minor things. These are signals to your nervous system that you are supported in the world. Now here's the deeper part. Muladhara is tied to trust in your own decisions. When your root is unstable, you doubt yourself even after you choose. You replay conversations. You worry you made the wrong move. You seek reassurance. You keep second-guessing. The angels want to strengthen your inner authority. Because when you trust yourself, you stop outsourcing your safety. So practice rooted closure. After you make a decision, small or big, close the loop. Say to yourself, "I decided. I'm allowed to move forward." Then do one simple action that reinforces it. If you decided to prioritize health, prep one meal. If you decided to stop entertaining a situation, delete the thread. If you decided to take your future seriously, open the document and write one paragraph. Closure builds confidence. Confidence builds safety. Safety builds power. The angels are also highlighting a common root wound, feeling like you have to do everything alone. If that's been your pattern, you may have learned to equate independence with safety, but true safety includes support, not dependence, support. So ask yourself, where can I allow healthy support into my life? That might mean delegating one task, talking to a counselor, joining a community, asking a friend for accountability, letting someone know you're not okay. The angels are not asking you to carry less because you're incapable. They're asking you to carry less because you're human. And now, I need you to hear this. If your life has been unstable, your nervous system may have confused chaos with aliveness. Calm can feel boring. Stability can feel empty. You may find yourself tempted to create problems just to feel something familiar. The angels are saying, don't mistake peace for emptiness. Peace is space, and space is where your life can expand. This is why some people sabotage right as things start to get better, because better feels unfamiliar. If you've done that before, forgive yourself. It was protection. But you don't need that protection anymore. You can learn to live in steadiness without losing yourself. A powerful practice for this is to celebrate stability. Not only big wins, celebrate calm mornings, celebrate paying something off, celebrate cooking at home, celebrate saying no, celebrate leaving on time, celebrate not responding to drama. The root responds to reward. When you honor stability, your system starts craving it. The angels are also bringing a message about your pace. You don't have to rush to prove you're serious. Rushing often comes from fear. The root moves differently. The root moves like a tree, slow enough to last, strong enough to grow higher than you thought possible. Now, let's address something personal. The fear of losing what you build. When your root is healing, you might notice you're afraid to relax into good things. You think, what if it goes away? The angels are saying, you are not meant to hold your life with a clenched fist. You are meant to hold it with commitment. Commitment is calm. Commitment is rooted. So instead of asking, what if I lose it? Ask, how do I care for it? How do you care for your peace, your relationships, your finances, your body, your home, your energy? Caring is an action you can control. Worry is a loop you can't. And now the angels are bringing your attention to one final shift in this block. The root chakra becomes strong when you choose reality over fantasy. Not pessimism, reality. The truth about what works, the truth about what doesn't, the truth about what you need, the truth about what you can sustain. When you choose reality, you stop building on promises and start building on proof. You become steady, you become safe, you become powerful in a way that no one can take from you. Because the hidden power of Muladhara is not just survival, it's the calm confidence that says, I can handle my life. And the angels are telling you that confidence is already growing in you right now. There's a reason your spirit has been craving simple lately. Simple meals, simple mornings, simple conversations, simple plans. That craving is not laziness, it's wisdom. The angels are guiding you towards simplicity because simplicity is where the root chakra becomes unbreakable. When your life is cluttered, your nervous system can't tell what matters. When your life is clear, your body begins to trust you again. Muladhara isn't impressed by grand declarations. It responds to what you repeat. It responds to what you protect. It responds to what you stop tolerating. And right now, the angels are asking you to become the kind of person who protects your own stability as if it were sacred, because it is. Let's talk about the hidden ways your root gets drained, not only by stress but by constant self-interruption, starting things and not finishing, saying yes and then resenting it, making plans and then abandoning them, telling yourself you'll take care of your body later. Every time you do that, your inner foundation receives a message. I can't rely on me. The angels aren't saying this to shame you. They're saying it to free you. Because the fastest way to build security is to rebuild trust with yourself. So choose one promise you can keep daily for the next 7 days. One small promise. It could be, I will go to bed at a consistent time. I will eat breakfast. I will take a 10-minute walk. I will tidy one small area. I will drink water first. I will not check my phone for the first 10 minutes of my day. Make it realistic, then keep it. That's it. And when you keep it, don't rush past it. Acknowledge it. Say, I did what I said I would do. That simple statement trains your root chakra to trust your choices. Trust is the soil. Without it, nothing grows. Now the angels want to address another root truth. Safety is not only physical, it's emotional. If your relationships are unpredictable, hot and cold, affectionate and then distant, supportive and then critical, your root can't relax. Your body becomes a scanner. You start reading tone, timing, punctuation. You anticipate shifts. You prepare for rejection. That's not love, that's survival strategy. The angels are asking you to stop normalizing inconsistency, not with anger, with clarity. Consistency is a form of respect, and you deserve to be respected. This doesn't mean you demand perfection from people. It means you pay attention to patterns. It means you believe what you see. It means you stop making excuses for energy that destabilizes you. So, here's a question that will tell you a lot. Do I feel calmer after connecting with this person or more anxious? Your body already knows. Your root already knows. Let your body's answer guide you. Another hidden drain is constant comparison. When you compare your progress to someone else's highlight reel, your root feels unsafe because it believes you're falling behind. And when the root feels behind, it rushes, it overextends, it makes decisions out of fear. The angels are saying, your pace is not a problem, your pace is protection. Instead of comparing, track your steadiness. Track how often you return to your habits. Track how quickly you recover after a hard moment. Track how clearly you say no. Track how gently you speak to yourself. These are the measurements that matter when you're building a foundation that lasts. Now, I want to bring you to a specific practice the angels keep emphasizing. Grounding through the senses. Your senses are anchors to the present, and the present is where safety lives. When your mind jumps to the future, your body tightens. When your mind replays the past, your body braces. But when you return to the senses, your system learns, now is okay. So pick one sense and use it intentionally today. Sight, open the curtains, let light into your space. Sound, play music that makes your shoulders drop. Smell, light a candle or smell tea before drinking it. Touch, hold a warm mug, take a shower slowly, wrap yourself in a blanket. Taste, eat one bite with full attention. These are not luxuries. These are nervous system signals. This is root work. The angels are also guiding you to strengthen your relationship with time. When your root is weak, time feels like an enemy. You feel late even when you're on time. You feel pressured even when there's no deadline. You feel guilty when you rest. That's a root wound, often created by environments where you were valued for output, not for being. So practice giving time back to yourself. Build buffer time. Leave 10 minutes earlier. Stop scheduling back-to-back. Create breathing space between obligations. Your life will feel safer not because nothing goes wrong, but because you've stopped living at the edge of your capacity. And here's a key message. Your root doesn't need your life to be perfect. It needs your life to be sustainable. Sustainable is the new strong. Sustainable is the new successful. Sustainable is what creates real freedom. Now, the angels want to speak directly to the part of you that feels like you're always preparing for something bad. They're saying you're allowed to expect good. Expecting good is not naive when you're also grounded. You can be realistic and hopeful at the same time. Your root chakra isn't about pessimism, it's about readiness without panic. So when you catch yourself thinking, something will go wrong, try this replacement. If something happens, I can handle it. That one sentence shifts you from fear to capacity. And capacity is root strength. Another area the angels are shining light on, your physical strength. Muladhara responds to muscle, to posture, to the feeling of being able to hold yourself up. You don't need to become a fitness person overnight, but you do need to let your body feel capable. Even light strength training, yoga, walking or stretching, can remind your system, I am strong, I can support myself. And as your body feels stronger, your mind becomes calmer. That's not theory. That's your nervous system responding to signals of safety. Now here's what you might not expect. When your root stabilizes, you may start grieving. Grieving time lost to anxiety. Grieving the version of you who had to be tough. Grieving the years you spent tolerating instability. If that comes up, don't run from it. The angels are saying, grief is a release. It's your body letting go of what it no longer needs to carry. Let yourself feel it. Let it move through. You're not going backward. You're clearing space. Because there is a new version of you coming online. One that doesn't chase safety but lives in it. One that doesn't beg for stability but builds it. One that doesn't collapse when life gets uncertain but stays anchored and clear. And in the next layer of this message, the angels want to show you how the root chakra connects to courage. Real courage, the kind that changes your choices and your future. Courage, in root energy, is not loud. It's not dramatic. It's the steady kind of bravery that looks like doing what's right for you, even when no one applauds. The angels are bringing courage to the front of your life now, because you're standing at a threshold. You can keep repeating patterns that feel familiar, or you can build a life that feels safe enough to grow in. And yes, this is the moment where your choices matter more than your intentions. Here's what the angels want you to see. Many people confuse courage with risk, but root courage is discernment. It's knowing which risks are aligned and which risks are just escapes. If you've been tempted to make sudden moves, quit everything, burn bridges, disappear, start over overnight, pause and breathe. The root does not need chaos to change. The root changes through clear decisions that you can sustain. So how do you know a decision is rooted? A rooted decision makes your body exhale. Even if it's scary, it feels clean. It feels honest. It feels like relief underneath the nerves. A fear-based decision makes your body tighten and race. It feels urgent, pressured, frantic, like you're trying to outrun discomfort. The angels are asking you to listen to the difference. Your body has a truth your mind sometimes talks over. Now let's talk about the courage to be consistent. Consistency is one of the bravest things you can do when you've lived through instability, because consistency requires you to believe that your effort will matter. It requires you to keep going when the mood isn't there. It requires you to trust the process without forcing an outcome. And that is exactly why Muladhara is so powerful. It gives you the strength to keep building when no one can see the foundation yet. If you've been waiting for motivation, the angels are saying, choose devotion instead. Devotion is quieter than motivation, but it lasts longer. Devotion is, I will care for my life because my life is worth caring for. That one decision becomes a cornerstone. The angels are also calling you toward the courage to simplify your identity. If you've been the strong one, the fixer, the one who holds it together, you might fear what happens if you stop. You might wonder, who am I if I'm not needed? That's a real fear. And the angels are answering it gently. You are still worthy when you are not rescuing anyone. You are still valuable when you are resting. You are still loved when you are not proving anything. Root courage is allowing yourself to be human. Now the next revelation is important. Muladhara doesn't only want you to feel safe, it wants you to feel anchored in your values. When you live against your values, your root becomes unstable. You can have money, friends, status, and still feel uneasy inside because your foundation is misaligned. The angels are asking you to come back to what matters most: your integrity, your health, your peace, your truth. So ask yourself, what do I keep doing that goes against my own standards? Maybe it's speaking to yourself harshly. Maybe it's staying in conversations that degrade you. Maybe it's numbing instead of facing. Maybe it's tolerating disrespect. Whatever it is, the root wants alignment. Alignment creates safety. Safety creates strength. Now let's talk about courage in relationships, because the root chakra is deeply affected by the people you allow close. Root courage is telling the truth early. It's asking direct questions. It's not building fantasies about potential when the present is unstable. It's walking away from inconsistency even when you want it to work. That's not cold. That's self-respect. If you've been holding on to something that keeps you anxious, the angels are inviting you to consider this. Anxiety is often your system telling you you don't trust what you're receiving. And if you don't trust it, you can't build on it. Your foundation deserves reliable materials. Now the angels are also bringing up courage around money, specifically the courage to be honest about your numbers and your needs. Some people avoid looking at finances because it feels like failure. But clarity is not failure. Clarity is power. If you need to earn more, say that. If you need to spend less, admit it. If you need to learn, learn. The root chakra doesn't punish you for being where you are. It strengthens when you face where you are. Here's a root-based money practice the angels recommend. Write down the next right move, not 10 moves. 1. It could be update your resume, cancel a subscription, ask for a raise, apply for one job, set up auto-pay for one bill. Create a simple savings goal even if it's small. One right move creates momentum. Momentum reduces fear. And now I want to talk about the courage to be seen. When the root is healing, you might feel a strange pull. Part of you wants to step forward, and part of you wants to hide. That's normal. Visibility used to feel dangerous for you. Maybe it brought criticism, envy, pressure, or expectations. The angels are saying, you can be seen without being unsafe. You can be known without being used. But you have to learn the skill of boundaries. So practice selective openness. Not everyone gets access. Not everyone earns your story. Share with people who prove they can hold it. Keep the rest for your private, sacred space. Safety isn't isolation. Safety is discernment. The angels are also reminding you that courage is not just doing hard things, it's also stopping hard things. Stopping the habit of self-abandonment. Stopping the cycle of overworking. Stopping the pattern of chasing. Stopping the need to explain your worth. Stopping the belief that you must suffer to deserve good things. Now, here's what I need you to pay attention to. You are being invited into a season of building. Not building through pressure, but through steadiness. And building requires one thing above all: patience with yourself. Patience is root courage, because patience means you don't panic when results take time. You don't assume you failed because the timeline is slower. You don't quit when it's quiet. You keep going because you trust what you're creating. The angels want you to know your life is not a race. Your healing is not a performance. Your stability is not measured by how quickly you can get over it. Your stability is measured by how deeply you can stand in your truth. And the most important part, you already have the courage you think you're searching for. It shows up every time you choose steadiness over chaos, every time you choose clarity over confusion, every time you choose your well-being over someone else's comfort. What I'm about to share next is even more personal. The angels want to show you how to seal this root energy so it becomes your default. Not something you visit only when you're stressed. To make root energy your default, you don't need a perfect life. You need a reliable return. The angels are showing you that your power isn't in never getting shaken. It's in how quickly you come back to steady. That return is what seals Muladhara. It becomes automatic. It becomes your inner home base. Here's the first way to seal it. Create a closing ritual for your day. Many people start their day on purpose and then let the evening unravel into overstimulation, late-night worry, and scattered sleep. Your root chakra can't fully stabilize if your nights teach your body that rest is unsafe. So the angels are inviting you to end your day like you're placing your life back on solid ground. Keep it simple. Choose 3 actions you repeat most nights. Dim lights, put your phone away, and do 1 grounding action. Stretch, shower, or slow breathing. Then speak 1 sentence out loud. Today is complete. I am safe to rest. It may feel awkward at first, but your nervous system listens to your voice more than you realize. The second way, seal your mornings with 1 anchored decision. Not a long list, 1 decision that sets the tone. Examples: I will not rush. I will eat before I react. I will move my body. I will speak kindly to myself. A single anchored decision gives your root a direction. Without direction, the mind chases uncertainty. Now let's talk about the biggest leak of root energy: unfinished loops. Unfinished loops are tasks, conversations, and emotional loose ends that keep your system in a low-grade state of alarm. You might be carrying dozens of tiny open tabs in your mind, messages you need to answer, appointments you haven't made, items you meant to return, paperwork you've delayed, words you never said. The angels are not asking you to fix your whole life in one day. They're asking you to close 1 loop at a time, because each closed loop gives your body proof. I can handle my life. That proof is what creates security. So choose 1 loop to close today. 1 phone call, 1 email, 1 small payment, 1 conversation where you clarify something. 1 drawer you organize, 1 commitment you either follow through on or release. Closing is grounding. Now, there is a deeper sealing that happens emotionally. The angels are guiding you to stop punishing yourself for having needs. Needs are not weakness. Needs are information. If you grew up in an environment where your needs were dismissed, you might still feel shame when you ask for support, rest, or clarity. That shame destabilizes the root, because it tells your body that being human is unsafe. So the angels want you to practice a new internal response. When a need arises, you answer it with respect. Even if you can't meet it fully, you acknowledge it. I hear you. I see what you need. We'll take 1 step. Your inner child, your nervous system, calms when it feels heard. The next sealing practice is physical, posture and breath. Your root chakra is affected by how you hold yourself. When you collapse forward, your body signals defeat. When you lift your chest gently, relax your jaw, and lengthen your spine, your body signals readiness. Not aggression, readiness. The angels are asking you to spend 1 minute a day standing tall with both feet on the ground, breathing slowly, and letting your gaze soften. 1 minute. It sounds too small. It's not. It's training. Now, the angels want to address the panic thought. That one thought that hijacks your system. The thought that says, I'm running out of time. I can't trust anyone. I'll never be stable. I'm going to lose everything. For many people, the panic thought is the root wound speaking. So here is how you seal your root against it. You prepare a response before the panic arrives. Write it down. A single sentence you use every time. Something like, I am safe in this moment. I have handled hard things before. I can take the next right step. I don't need to solve the whole future today. Repetition builds a new pathway. The angels are reminding you, your brain learns through repetition, not insight alone. Now, let's talk about energy and protection. When your root is healing, you may feel more sensitive to other people's moods. You may notice you pick up stress quickly. That sensitivity isn't a flaw. It's a signal you need stronger energetic boundaries. The angels recommend a simple visualization. Before you enter a busy space or a hard conversation, imagine a steady red light at the base of your spine like a quiet shield. Not dramatic, not magical in a performative way, just an image that helps your body feel supported. Then say, "Only what is mine remains with me." Your system relaxes when it knows it doesn't have to carry everything. Another way to seal root energy is through gratitude for the basics, not forced positivity, real appreciation for what is supporting you right now. A roof, a meal, a friend, a breath, a working phone, a safe corner. When you recognize support, your body receives it more fully. Support that is unnoticed can't stabilize you as deeply as support that is acknowledged. Now, the final sealing is the most important. Keep choosing yourself when it's uncomfortable. Root energy is built in the moments where the old you would abandon your needs to keep the peace. When you choose to speak up gently, when you leave the situation that drains you, when you go to bed instead of scrolling, when you eat instead of skipping, when you save instead of spending to numb out, when you ask for help instead of pretending you're fine. These are the moments that make Muladhara your default. And here is the angel's closing message for you. You are not fragile. You are sensitive, yes, but sensitivity with stability becomes wisdom. You are becoming someone who can hold more peace, more love, more responsibility, more success, without losing yourself. That is the hidden power of the root. So if life has felt like it's been shaking you lately, take heart. Shaking reveals what needs reinforcement, and you are reinforcing it now, one grounded choice at a time. If this message resonated with you and what you're going through, write in the comments, "I choose steadiness now." Share your experiences in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more meaningful content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.